Yo, 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 yo. What's popping out there, world? And welcome to another edition of TJ Sports Nation, presented by your boy TJ, straight out of KC. What that is, man. Football talk, NFL Week 6 prediction, and news. We got a lot to cover, man. Cover. A lot to cover. Give some of the brothers time to get in. What that is. Definitely interesting week to say the least. We're gonna get into all that, man. We gonna get into all that. I'm trying to tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What that is. That's right, man. NFL Week 6 starts tomorrow with the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. The Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Not a real exciting game, to say the least. Amazon Prime, Thursday night football, so if you got Amazon Prime, you should be able to get that game. Shouldn't be an issue. So we shall see. Justin Fields versus Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz ain't having the best season. His first year in Washington since being shipped from Indianapolis, where he was only there for 1 year as well. Uh, yeah, like I said, not a real exciting game. I love the fact that Brian Robinson, the running back for the Commanders, came back last week against the Tennessee Titans for them. Brian Robinson is nice little back. He was robbed back in the summer and shot, so he had to recover from those injuries. So it's good to see that brother bounce back. I'm expecting him to do a little something tomorrow night as well. So we shall see. Chicago side, man, Justin Fields, talented young brother, very smooth craft, good quarterback, but he ain't got no weapons, man. And I just can't really expect him to do a whole lot with no weapons around him. When you don't have any weapons to throw it to on the outside or even the inside, I hate to say it, man, but that could affect you as a quarterback. It could affect you as a quarterback. So, I'm not really sure, but we shall see, man. We shall see. So let's move on to Sunday's games. We got the Baltimore Ravens on the road against the very hot New York Giants. I believe it's Brian Gable, the Giants head coach. He's got it going on with this team, man. Saquon Barkley running the way he's been running this year. They playing some good D. The Giants are a surprise team coming out of that NFC East this year. I definitely can say that. Ravens coming off a Sunday night football win over their divisional rival Cincinnati Bengals at home by a squeaker, hair of a hair of a win, but they got it done. They're on the road against a hot Giants team. I like Baltimore in this one. I like Baltimore for the win. Uh, I think it'll be a close one, but I think the Ravens win it on the road. I didn't give my prediction for the Commanders and the Bears because I really don't care about this game. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I think that Carson Wentz gonna do a little something this week because I know he's hearing everything that's been said about him. It ain't nothing good. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing good, man. So we shall see. We shall see. But I got the Commanders edging that one out. So let's move on down the line of command to the next 12 o'clock game. Battle of the AFC South. And a team that the Colts has had a hard time beating. The Jacksonville Jaguars. And they just played a few weeks back. I believe right before Indy got got my Chiefs, in that cool little game. But man, um, I had the Jaguars on the road, keeping this streak going against the Colts. Yes, sir. They got the Jaguars pulling it out, skunking them for the year. Yes, sir. Real tough game, divisional game, very important matchup to say the least. So, had the Jacksonville Jaguars pulling it off. Let's move on to our next 12 o'clock game. We have the Patriots and the Browns. The Patriots on the road. Zap at quarterback, most likely, against Jacoby Brissett and the Cleveland Browns. A team Bill Belichick used to coach back in the day, too. That's crazy. Um, that's a close one, man, but I got the Browns. Browns been kind of hot lately. Teams ain't been beating them by much. I got Cleveland, man. Yes, sir. I got Cleveland, man. Let's move on. We got the struggling Saints against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals on the road in New Orleans. 12 o'clock Sunday football. I got the Saints at home over the Bengals in that matchup. Um, Depending on if Jameson plays or not, I think that's something I'm waiting to find out now. But I'm gonna go ahead, man, and I'm gonna follow my first mind, man. I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints. Even though I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals pulled it off, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the New Orleans Saints. Straight up. Straight up. Yes, sir. Let's move on to the next 12 o'clock game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has been struggling to say the least. Struggling. Even with rookie Kenny Pickett walking into his second game, he'll be starting. They ain't beat no Buccaneers. I'm sorry, man. Let's just cut the BS. I got Tampa Bay on the road. I think that this is going to be a losing season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate to say it because it has not happened under the Mike Tomlin era, but I hate to say it. I believe that this is going to be a losing season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hate to say it, but that's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel, man. San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Another good matchup. Hell of a matchup. Both teams kind of struggling offensively, though. I got the San Francisco 49ers. I like that defense San Fran got. So I'm going to go ahead, man, and I'm going to rock with the San Francisco 49ers on the road in Atlanta. Jets Packers. Packers coming off a Lost over in London to the hot Giants. Aaron Rodgers saying, basically don't just assume that we're supposed to win against the Jets. Jets been playing some ball this year, and they got some young dogs on their defense. They got some young dogs in their second year. But I got the Packers at home. I got the Pack at home. Should be a good game though. No doubt about it. 12 o'clock start. Vikings and the Dolphins. The Minnesota Vikings on the road against the Miami Dolphins. Another interesting matchup. I'm not expecting Tua to play. He may play. He did return to practice today. We'll see out in the field. Uh, but I'm gonna go ahead and that's a tough one, man. Man, I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings in that one, man. As tough it is as it is, I would give the Dolphins the game if Tua was playing, but I don't trust Teddy Bridgewater at all. And yeah, because he's out of concussion protocol, so he would likely be the number 2 quarterback. I don't trust him, so I'm gonna take the Vikings on the road in Miami. The Panthers and the Rams. Baker Mayfield out. Um, Man, they're gonna start PJ at quarterback. The Panthers. Um, Man, I forgot that cat's last name. PJ Walker. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna start PJ Walker at quarterback, who we all know from the UCFL or whatnot. He's had a couple of stints in the NFL as well. He actually played pretty good when he stepped in a couple times last season. So, oh man, that's another tough one. Just a little bit. The Rams have been struggling this year. Sound like a Super Bowl hangover, maybe. Um, but I don't like Carolina's quarterback situation, so I got the Rams at home, bouncing back. I got the Rams at home over the Panthers, bouncing back. Arizona Cardinals and Seattle Seahawks. Now that's the battle of the NFC West. I like Geno Smith and them, man, at home, man. Geno Smith and them been playing some ball this year. Geno has looked fantastic out there. Absolutely flawless. I'm trying to tell you, dog. So I got the Seahawks at home over the Arizona Cardinals. The Buffalo Bills on the road against my Kansas City Chiefs. What should be the Sunday night game, but I can't knock that NFC East matchup, and we'll get to that next. Um, we all know the divisional game last year that was like the greatest damn football game any of us has probably ever seen. Back and forth all the way down to the wire. Pat Mahomes, 13 seconds left, kicked that field goal. Um, Josh Allen, hell of a quarterback, dog with it. Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Singleton, Von Miller on defense. Man, they got a good football team. Well coached by Coach Sean McDermott. Man, I'm always roll with my team, even though I know Buffalo's coming in with a nice chip on their shoulder, and don't be surprised if we don't see them again. I'm almost betting you we are. So in this matchup, I think it's gonna be another close one. May even be another thriller, like the divisional game was. But man, I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs at home over the Buffalo Bills and another thriller, regular season game at that. Sunday night football, battle of the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys on the road against the only undefeated team left in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles. Prescott rumored he may return if they can get his thumb going. Um, Man, that's a good one right there. My friend, am going to rock with the Dallas Cowboys in that matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles to give the Eagles their first loss. This is a divisional game, so it's a lot more personal. Even though Cowboys are coming into Philly, I got the Cowboys. Even if Rush is the quarterback. Rush is magic, man. I'm telling you. Then, of course, we got some good old Monday Night Football. Battle of the AFC West. The Denver Broncos on the road against the LA Chargers. The Broncos looked absolutely horrible last week on Thursday Night Football against the Indianapolis Colts. I believe the Chargers barely won Sunday. I believe it was against the Browns. Don't quote me on that. Um, I normally don't go and root for who is in our division. Both these teams are. If I had to pick one, though, I'm not a Broncos guy. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers at home over Russell Westbrook or Wilson and the Denver Donkeys. You know what I'm saying? I got the Chargers in that one. Yes, sir. I got the Chargers in that one. Let's talk a little NFL news. Matt Rule fired by the Carolina Panthers. Didn't really surprise me, but it did surprise me. He hasn't had the best of luck. Can't seem to get the quarterback situation figured out. Hate to say it, but Matt Rule's a piece of crap. And yeah, somebody else will take over, but I don't see anything really happening this season with it. The interim will fill in, and that'll pretty much be that. Let's talk about Devontae Adams. Little splat at the end of the Kansas City Chiefs Monday Night Football game. Pushing the photographer to the ground. He was charged today in Kansas City, Missouri with assault, misdemeanor assault. Um, definitely a crazy situation to say the least. Um, as players, you got to hold yourself accountable for what you do. Because it's like there are children watching these games, and there are pretty sure there are a lot of kids who look up to Devontae Adams. He's a hell of a wide receiver. Make no question about it. One of the best in the game, if not to some people, the best in the game. But you got to conduct yourself accordingly. Because anytime you don't do that, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem, man. And I believe there should be some type of discipline, and obviously that's the situation now. There will be discipline for him. God chose to file a police report, and he's taking legal matters. And Mr. Adams can definitely plan on coming off some money. So it's no question about that. No question about that. But I believe everybody deserves to, you know, not have their character. That was a very emotional game. It was a division game, and he actually ran into the other wide receiver, uh, Hunter Renfro, and that yeah, I mean, who knows if they hadn't ran into each other, what would have happened? So, he threw his helmet down on the sideline, and he was very upset about it. So he had every right to be. There's no question about it. Um, but man, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, man, and fine, and that's all he ends up getting. He'll be lucky. I wish him well on that. Let's talk about this roughing the passer stuff real quick, man. Like it happened when the Bucks played the Falcons and Jared made that sack on Tom Brady. His time was really low, and they called roughing the passer on him. Yet I didn't see anything rough about it. Then in our Monday night game against the Raiders, Chris Jones sacked and caused the fumble on Derek Carr, which could have really put us up by more than what we won by. And unfortunately, they threw a flag on my guy for roughing the passer. I can understand the whole uh, situation we're dealing with now in terms of concussions and things and the events with Tua and things of that nature. But man, at some point, you gotta let these guys play football. You can't turn this shit into flag. You gotta let these guys play football, man. If you're not gonna let these guys play football, what are we watching it for? That was a critical call right there. These guys got sack incentives and everything that they have to honor. And when you're getting screwed out of a sack, that was an obvious sack. There was no late hit. There was none of that. There was no roughing the passer. That was a BS call, man. They were completely screwed. He was completely screwed on that one. But what can I say? That's something that they really, truly need to fix. I'm telling you, there's no question about it, man. So hopefully the NFL gets it together because it's gonna cause a lot of conflict, man. And if guys aren't able to get those hits, it's gonna cost a lot of teams games in the future. Because I know Mahomes' boy was knocked down numerous times after that call, and nothing was called on him. Absolutely nothing was called on him. So let's keep that in mind. I'll be back on tomorrow. We will discuss who wins between Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford on my boxing show. Much love, y'all. Be safe.